dry out pretty quickly.
It's so dry out there. The winds have been pretty persistent and will continue to be again tomorrow afternoon. And plus, we're going to throw in some thunderstorms into the mix. Right now, your temperature at the Dalles 90 degrees. We have 93 Pendleton, 85 for us at PDX. Up and down the valley, a little bit warmer the farther south you go down towards Eugene, 88 degrees. But here's the issue. We're dry. We're windy right now, and we will be again tomorrow and hot. The temperature is expected to return to the low 90s tomorrow, again east of the Cascades. A fire weather watch goes into effect starting tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. It goes until Wednesday morning for that very reason, because for this same area you see highlighted right here in this tan color, that also represents the path where we will likely see thunderstorms, and pretty fast-moving thunderstorms. The kind of thunderstorms that don't leave a whole lot of rain, but do leave a whole lot of lightning. At this point, we were seeing in central Oregon a few of those thunderstorms popping up right around 2, 3 o'clock. We were seeing some lightning strikes. That has since died down. But what is not dying down is the wind speed, up to about 22 miles per hour there. Mount Hood Meadows out of the southwest, the Dalles between about 15 to 20. Still mostly out of the west. Onshore flow continues. Tomorrow's temperatures for us right around the Portland, Vancouver metro areas up to about 80 degrees. So we're going to dial it back just a few degrees. But still very dry out there. We'll talk about your 7-day forecast coming up.
All right. See you then. Thanks, Natasha. Many TriMet riders can expect to see several service disruptions next month. Starting on August 4th, in fact, riders on all lines will see fewer trains running, and it's due to TriMet's Lloyd Max project. So during that time, the blue, the green, and all the red lines will have no trains running between North Interstate and the Lloyd Center 11th Avenue station, but there will be shuttle buses available.
Still to come, Oregon takes a trailblazing step for mental health in public schools. Coming up, you're going to hear from one young advocate who helped drive the new law through the Capitol.
To keep people moving, TriMet and Metro are looking into the possibility of a light rail tunnel underground, under Portland.
Yeah, happening right now. There's actually an open house on the feasibility of all this. Metro says at the busiest times of the day, 40 light rail trains cross the river and traverse downtown in an hour. But as our population grows, 64 trains an hour will be needed to make their way around the downtown area. So the current system can't support that many trains.
We're looking at an east-west connection, roughly between Lloyd Center and Goose Hollow, allowing the red and blue line potentially trains to go underground.
Now, any possible tunnel is years away. The open house is underway at the Metro Regional Center. It's going to continue until 7 tonight.
And today is the first day of the Cornelius Pass closure. It's causing a traffic headache for a lot of drivers, some of whom were caught off guard, but we've been telling you about this for months. The 5-mile stretch of road has about 13,000 vehicles every day. There are a lot of trucks out there, and they are at risk of overturning. The roadway's pretty tight, it's pretty curvy, but crews shut down Cornelius from Highway 30 to Kaiser until late September. They want to install guardrails, they want to improve visibility, straighten some of those curves, widen the shoulders. To learn more about the project and to find out where drivers are being rerouted, go to coin.com. Work
also underway to make Northeast Gleason Street safer. Authorities say it's Portland's 4th most dangerous roadway. The first phase focusing on 122nd and 148th. Phase 2 next month. They'll tackle the blocks east of the current phase. Then the third phase upgrades the streets west of today's road work. Improvements will include protected bike lanes and signals for safe bike and pedestrian crossing.
Check out this video now. Firefighters having to extract a woman from her vehicle after it had crashed right there at Gleason and 114th. And that is an area that will be upgraded in that third phase of that project. She was hurt and had to go to the hospital. We're still working to learn more about her condition tonight. And today, Governor Brown signed a youth sentencing reform bill into law here in Oregon. Senate Bill 1008 changes Measure 11, which of course is a mandatory minimum sentencing law that was passed by voters back in 1995. The governor says the bill will make communities safer, it will reduce victimization and improve rehabilitation for youth. Now, a lot of people who support the bill, including Oregon's Attorney General and the Oregon Youth Authority, as well as the late Senator Jackie Winters, who fought hard for this bill. It was actually her final vote before she lost her battle with cancer earlier this year.
What we will be doing is making sentencing policy based on data and ensuring that our communities are safe. I think it's excellent policy, and I'm very proud of Oregon today.
Those new rules, by the way, should be in place by the beginning of next year.
Soon, Oregon students will be able to take mental health days that'll be treated the same as a sick day from school. The Oregon Health Authority says about 16% of 8th graders and 11th graders have considered suicide in Oregon, and nearly 8% say they attempted suicide. Well, that alarming statistic inspired teenage activists to push for mental health days for students. They want mental illness recognized the same level as physical illness.
A lot of students already take mental health days, but they pretend that they're physically sick. You know, they'll do the old school, I have a fever, my head hurts, things like that, they'll be skipping school, but their parents won't know why. So we hope this opens up a positive conversation between students and parents about why they're actually missing school.
Suicide is not just a problem, of course, in Oregon. The national rate increased 33% from 1999 to 2017.
Good work on those kids, boy. Okay, Natasha's back now. We're talking some thunderstorms. We're talking a little bit of heat up.
Yes, and although we're about 4 degrees cooler today, it doesn't really feel like much relief when you're talking about anything over 80 degrees. 85 right now for us in Portland, and a nice view out to the east. And the big towering clouds that we were seeing over the Cascades are now starting to gradually kind of die down. Certainly, the lightning strikes have come to a close, really, in the last hour, hour and a half. Mount Hood Meadows almost 70 degrees. Over there on the east side of the mountain, the winds aren't nearly as strong. And that's, of course, because our wind is coming from the northwest. So it'll be that side of the mountain where you'll feel the strongest winds, between about 20 to 25 miles per hour. Stoller Winery right now looking good, 82 degrees. Over to Lincoln City. This is nice. Here, let me step out of the shot. Take it all in, breathe it in. It feels good out there. 70 at the moment in Lincoln City. Your wind gusts, though, still a factor for us. Through the gorge, we continually throughout the year see strong winds. This is nothing new to us. But when you combine it with the fact that we're already dry, we're already hot, the Dow is a temperature of 90 degrees. We're getting gusts up to about 26 miles per hour. Due for Wasco, same thing for you. We'll see a repeat of the wind direction and speed tomorrow afternoon. Wind gust forecast. This is what it looks like. Overnight, briefly, the wind dies down and then picks right back up for the afternoon, especially after about 1, 2 o'clock. So a fire weather watch will actually go into effect starting tomorrow about 2 o'clock and go until Wednesday morning for this very reason. Plus, we're going to add some thunderstorms to the picture tomorrow afternoon for the eastern slopes of the Cascades, including central Oregon. So wind will eventually die down and not be so much of a factor for us by the time we get to the middle of the week by Wednesday. But here's a loop of the last 4 hours. We had those lightning strikes pop up right around Bend. But again, things are now starting to die down. So that's some good news for all those of you out in this area. What you will need to watch out for are these systems coming through, these cells coming through are moving at a pace of about 30 miles per hour, moving in a northeasterly direction. We were seeing tops up to about 38,000 feet, but now tops closer to about 30,000 feet. So we are seeing evidence of those systems, those cells losing strength. So thunderstorm potential tomorrow afternoon. You can see it highlighted in green here, central, eastern Oregon. Not anything expected, though, west of the Cascades. We're going to be on the other side of that instability. So for the rest of this week, here's how things will play out. Tomorrow you see a few high-passing clouds for us, again, west of the Cascades, but it'll be eastern and central Oregon with a chance for thunderstorms. We get to Wednesday. Wednesday, briefly along the coast, places like Ocean Shores, even possibly as far east as Longview. You might get a quick sprinkle again Wednesday morning. Not expecting that, though, for Portland necessarily. This will be a pretty quick mover, and we will already be dry to start. So I don't anticipate seeing any wetting rains for us here in the valley. We get through the weekend, at least to the first part of the weekend. A few showers trying to develop right around Seattle, but not expecting anything for us again south of that point. Tomorrow's temperatures at the coast will be in the mid to upper 60s. You have plenty of sunshine tomorrow afternoon, up to about 80 degrees. Portland, McMinnville, Kelso looking at a high of just 75. Corvallis 78. Central Oregon close to 90 again tomorrow. Mid 90s. Pendleton, Baker City up to 97. The Dow's expecting a high of 86, so again, just a few degrees cooler compared to today. Government Camp 65 and Hood River 80. Here's your 7-day forecast. So our hottest days likely Thursday, Friday, close to 90. Wouldn't be surprised if we did hit that mark. But yeah, yesterday, our first 90-degree day.
For July.
Yeah, for July.
Finally starting to feel like summer a little bit.
Yes.
Thanks, Natasha. We'll be right back, everybody.